My Ethiopia is our long-lasting traditions and cultures. My Ethiopia is our family-centered lifestyle. My Ethiopia is our authenticity. We are definitely part of the reform process. The reason I'm sitting right here is part of the reform process. The reason I'm actually having to really be engaged and be part of this conversation is part of the reform. We have always been known for the incidents of the past where we had an unfortunate famine where we lost millions. And that has been stuck in people's head, and we have not done enough to change that. These ministry presentations are our opportunity to change them right now. And this is the moment that we're at the right heart of it all. ዛሬ እዚህ የጠራናችሁ በዋነኝነት ቱሪዝም ዘርፍ ላይ የተለያዩ ስትራቴጂዎች እየቀረጽን ያለ ነው። በብዛት ሁላችንም እንደምናውቀው ኢትዮጵያን ኤርላይንስ አሁን አዲስ አበባ ኤርፖርታችን የትራንዚት ሀብ ሆኗል። ስለዚህ ጥያቄው የሚሆነው ስቶፕ ኦቨር ቱሪዝም ወዴት ነው መሄድ ያለበት? ምንድነው ቪዥኑ ሊሆን የሚገባው ብለን እናስባለን የሚለውን ማለት ነው። If we want tourists to come and visit, then we need to build our infrastructure. And where are these infrastructures we need to build? These conversations are happening for real this time around. Within this period of time, how do we make these sites accessible? They're not. So today we are scavenger hunting to look for sites that can be reused, not just as a tourist attraction, but also community development and community engagement and learning about our history. We're also trying to see if we were going to do this and if people were going to come and find sites, how easy would it be?
I think Addis has a huge potential in terms of his heritage to develop and to revitalize the urban communities, which is crucial because we are going through a rapid transformation, and during this period we are just about to lose our own identity because it's our own traditional architecture that is a mirror and a reflection of ourselves and our past. I mean, finding these buildings is a challenge. So it turned out that the listing they make about the heritage buildings, that the GPS location doesn't really match with the actual location.
That's the one reason we want to do the resource mapping. Then we won't have to do this, you know? We won't have to go out and scavenger hunting for it. Sheik Ojele ቤቱ ጋር ነው ያስገባው። ግን እንደዚህ መሽከረ የትኛው አንድ መታጠይ ከዚህ በኋላ አለችው። ኦኬ እሺ፣ ይቅርታ። እሺ፣ በዚህ ጋር ነው አይደለ? ሼክ ኦጀሌ አይደል? ሼክ ኦጀሌ የሼክ ኦጀሌ ህንጻው ጋር ለመግባት ፈልጌ በዚህ አይደል ያስገባኝ። ያው ሳልጠበቅ ዝም ብዬ ብትቀላለሁ አስፈላጊ ነው። በዛ ሰርፕራይዝ ይሆናል። ሰላም ነው። አለኛ አልሐምዱሊላህ። ሁሉ ሰላም ነው። ሰላም ወይኒ ትባላለች።
Basi. Ja?
Beautiful.
እናንተ ከታሸገ በኋላ
አሁን ከታሸገ በኋላ ግን ያው መረጃን የሚያውቀው አሉ ግቢ ውስጥ
This is pure leather. The roof. Oh, it's cut out from the roof. Oh, you see? Wow. So the roof was made out of leather.
Yes, right here you can see.
ከዛ ነው እንትናቸው ዲሴንት ያደረጉት እሳቸው እዛ ስለሆነ ከዛ የመጡ ስለሆነ አብሮ ከዛ ነው የመጣው ጣውላውም እየተሰራ ሰዎች እየተሸከሙ እየተቀባበሉ ወደዚህ ያደረሱት 700 ከ800 ኪሎ ሜትር በላይ ማለት ነው።
ኦኬ ይሄ ደግሞ ድንጋይ ራሱ በሰው ላይ ነው ሾጀሌ ደግሞ ሾጀሌ ማለት ደግሞ የዚህ ባለቤት ናቸው፣ ንጉስ ናቸው። የዚህ ደግሞ የልጅ ልጅ አለ። ብዙን ታሪክ የሚያውቀው ልጅ ስላለ አሁን እያስጠራውልሽ ነሽ።
እሱ ራሱ ይንገራችሁ
ለመሰለሽ። ባለቤቱ ይናገር።
There's so much history and so much culture that we have not preserved and we have not used. We're losing them. We're losing them in the process of modernization, in the process of growth. And it doesn't have to be that way. We can always grow, but we can always grow on alongside protecting our history and really reusing it for something much more than what it was originally designed for.
አሶሳ በዛን ሰዓት በንጉሶች እንደሚተዳደሩበት ሰዓት እሱ የዛ አካባቢ ገዢ ነበር። በዛ በኩል የሚመጡትን ደርቡሾች ኢትዮጵያ ልትወጋ በምትመጣበት ጊዜ እሱ መከታ አድርጎ ወደዛ ሲመለስ ንጉስ ምኒልክ ነበር ያኔ ሲገዙ በነበረበት ሰዓት እና ይሄንን ያደረገው በዛ ውለታ ምክንያት ነው ይሄ ሁሉ የሰጣቸው። መጨረሻ ላይ ቱሪዝም ደግሞ
Our stories have never been told by us. The authentic Ethiopian narration has never been done completely by Ethiopians themselves. It also always has been someone else telling our stories, telling our cultures, telling our history, telling our lifestyle. For us, it's about really taking on that space and saying that we need to tell our story. And we need to make sure it's told right, because it's ours. I grew up with two journalists in the house. It was my parents. So information was the means of life for everybody, and they were talking about it. So I grew up in a space where, you can't not but be informed. Because my mom was active in highlighting Muslim women's rights, that was being taught and communicated while I was growing up. By the time I was a teenager, I really knew how to balance it out and know that when to call out something into being something to address. This is really happening from a very gender perspective, and I need to address it, versus this is just happening out of an authentic not knowing, not understanding how the gender dynamics works. My biggest challenge is the resistance to the transformation agenda. We are going through a transformation, and there's a painful layer where the status quo, the comfort zone is going to go away. So saying that we're not doing business as usual, we're going to change. Because we're going to get there. That's the why, and they need to have this conversation. See that? Because አንዳንዶቹ ፕሮዳክቶችና እንትኖች ላይ ፎከስ ያደረገ ነገር ለምንድን ነው የሌለው የሚለው ጥያቄ ነው የመጣብኝ አንደኛ። So the simple answer, yes, we will be happy if you can promote us. coming to office, the first space I tried to explore was really understand how things have worked before. And it was very quick for me to recognize that, especially with a private sector hat on, to recognize that a lot was being done, but nothing was coming out as fruitful. ከዛ ደግሞ የእንትን ፓርት ነው ለሚቀጥለው 3 ወር የሚያስፈልገን ኦፕሬሽናል ኮስታል ወጪዎች. Part of our reform as a country is saying that tourism is going to be an economic actor and it's going to have to bring impact. So I took a lot of actions around that a lot of our stakeholders were not very happy about. And duly so, the newbie in the house asking these questions doesn't come off as a nice gesture. You know, people would say, is it because you're a woman? Is it because of you're new into the government system? And if I look at it from that perspective, I will start taking it very personal. I say it's not so much about me, it's about what I'm representing right now, and that's the transformation. So I take it from that perspective, and I believe that whether it was me here as a woman or not, this agenda would have been of a resistance, no matter what.
ያንን ስኪላቸውን ደግሞ ከምን ወደ ምን እንወስደዋለን የሚለውን ነገር በደንብ ማፋት አላደረግነውም። The minute you map that out, ለጥያቄ መልስ ስለሚኖርሽ, then it makes economic sense.
Pretty much a very busy life. One of those days that I'm taking a break today, but yes, pretty crazy schedules.
እሺ አህመድ ምንድን ነው የምንሰራው? እና መሰለኝ የትኛውን ለመስራት የትኛውን ለመስራት ይሄንን እኮ ጀምረው ነበር አንጨርሰው። We are right now at my home. These are my 2 boys. They're my nephews. He's Ahmed. He's 6, right? And this is Imran. He just turned 4. Story has it my mom was the troublemaker in her community as well. She stepped up to challenge and she stepped up to change, and she's done a lot of stuff. And in terms of even empowering me, empowering women, empowering Muslim women especially, and bringing our agenda to the table. So I told her, Mom, I'm taking this on. She said, darn, okay, come fix the house, please. After this, I know I don't care whether you're getting appointed or you're a CEO. You have to come home and start cleaning up.
ምክንያቱም ከዚህ በኋላ አላገኝሽም ማለት ሌላ ጊዜ ቅዳሜ እሑድ ቤት ታስተካክላለች እና በቤትሽ አስተካኪ መጀመሪያ አልኳት። እዛ ሰዓት እጂ ከሄድሽ በኋላ ይሄ እውነቴን ነው አላገኘኋትም። መታ ብቻ እዛ ጋር ትቀመጣለች፣ የሚበላለሽ ትላለች፣ እራቷን እሰጣታለሁ። ቀይራ መታ ትንሽ ካንቺ ጋር ላውራ ብላ እዛ ቁጭ ብላ እዛው ትተኛለች። አምጥቼ ብርድ ልብስ አልብሼ ተዋታል። ሌሊት ክፍሏ ትገባለች።
አንተ ከምንና ከምንድን ነው የምትቀላቀል ያለ? ሁሉን አቀላቅለው አንተ ጎረምሳ። Oh, let's try this. ሰማያዊ፣ ቢጫ፣ ነጭ።
The challenge is she was with private sector. She never did any job with the government and public sector. That is one of the challenges she faces.
Public sector is there's bureaucracy in it, and knowing how to mitigate this bureaucratic spaces and knowing how to maneuver it without being an autocrat, I guess, is a little bit of a challenge. And somehow I think my mom is the place I vent.
Private sector ላይ በመተኝበት ጊዜ ከሰዎች ጋር ተነጋግረሽ ከሰዎች ሀሳብ ወስደሽ ሀሳብሽን ሰጥተሽ ተባብረሽ ነው የምትሰሪው። መንግስት መስሪያ ቤት ደግሞ እንደሱ የለም። የተሰጠሽን ስራ አንቺ ቁጭ ብለሽ እዚሁ መስራት ነው።
I know sometimes it bothers my mom that she feels like I'm spending too much time on work and I spend too much time worrying and all of that. But it's like I always try to remind her, Mama, you did the same thing to your mom, so you have to live with it.
መስዋዕትነት መክፈል የሚለውን ነገር አሳይታኛለች። ላበረታታት እሞክራለሁ። አንዳንዴ እናት ነኝና ደግሞ እንትን ስትል ነው እላለሁ። በቀረብሽ እላለሁ።
እንዳልሰማት ብቻ ነገሩኝ። እሺ
አንተ ምንድነው የምታረገው እንዴ? እናቴ እንዳትነካ አላልኩህም? አልሰማትም?
There definitely a lot of responsibility on my end. Not just a national responsibility, but also a personal responsibility. I see my nephews having to grow up in a nation that I am responsible for in terms of saying we need to create an enabling space for them to and leave them a legacy that they can be proud of, right? And when we say that, we're talking about these little ones over here. And then we also have my peers that are out there that are in need of jobs, in need of the economic shake and break. So that's a lot of responsibility to know you have to live up to.
The official opening will be then.
We all know Ethiopia has a lot of resources. Our resources are immensely underused, underdeveloped. What I'm trying to achieve in the tourism sector is make sure that we actually have these resources developed. Development means that communities get the benefit out of it. Development means that our youth actually have jobs. Development means that we are economically empowered. It means a real change in our economic game. So I want to see the resources developed. I feel like we're running out of time. We don't have time. That really does keep me awake at night. We have not just stayed behind, we have really lagged behind in what we did and how we wanted to do things. So we can't just catch up, we have to surpass everything that we are trying to do. So we have identified about 7 sites that we prioritized to pitch for investors to invest in. These are all sites away from the capital city. And I'm going to be going to Wenchi right now because it's one of the sites that we have identified for potential investor to come in, both from foreign direct investors and domestic investors. በዚህ ጋር ነው የምንወጣው እንደዚህ?
በፈረስ በዚህ ነው የሚወስዱት።
ኦኬ።
መኪና ከጫፍ ድረስ ይሄዳል መሰለኝ፣ ግን አይወርድም።
ወደ ታች አይወርድም። ኦኬ። አሃ፣ እሺ፣ እሺ። ስለዚህ ከዚህ ጋር ብናየው ይሻላል።
ከዚህ ጋር አይተን ድሮ እንግዲህ 10 ምናምን ዓመት በፊት ለዚህ ጫካ ጥቅጥቅ ያለ ጫካ ነበር ማለት ነው።
እንደዚህ የሚታየው
ያለ ጫካ ነበር። በእውነት ይሄ ማለት
አሁን እኮ ደርቋል።
አሁን ደርቋል።
ወይኔ እዚህ ጋር ያለው
ሳኑ አሉ እንደው
እዛ ነበረ ዛፍ መትከል። እንዴት ነህ? ሰላም ነው? እንዴት ነህ? አለን አለን።
በጣም እንትን ስንላት አሁን ወንጂ አሁን ያለንበት ኤሌቬሽን 3000 ላይ ነው። ደጋ ላይ ነን። በጣም ተራራ ላይ
ላቲቱዱ ማለት ነው።
ይበርዳል። እነዚህ ትናንሾቹ ቤቶች ምንድን ናቸው? የገበሬ ቤት። እንደዚህ አይነት ቤት ሰርተው ቱሪስት ማስተናገድ አይችሉም?
ፕሮጀክት የጣሊያኖቹ ፕሮጀክት በሪቮልቪንግ ፈንዱ በጣም ቤቶች መርጧል። 40 ቤቶች።
ስለዚህ አሁን 40 ኮሚኒቲ ጎጆ ቤቶች አገልግሎት እየሰጡ ነው ማለት ነው።
እየሰጡ ሳይሆን በቃ
እየተሰሩ ነው። ስለዚህ ማህበረሰቡ ተስማምቶታል፣ ተቀብሎታል። ጎጆ ቤት ሊሰራ ተዘጋጅቶ እንግዳ ሊያስተናግድ ተዘጋጅቶ በጣም ጥሩ። ስለዚህ ኮሚኒቲ ሎጅ ነው የሚሆነው ማለት ነው።
በኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ስትዞሪ አንድ ገዳም ለማየት ነው ወደ ሰሜን የምንሄደው። ባሌ ተራራ፣ ሰሜን ተራራ ደን ለማየት። ወንጪ ግን ገዳሙንም ጀልባ ትሪፕ፣ ፍሎሃ፣ ተራራ ሃይኪንግ። ስለዚህ ወንጪ የመጣ ቱሪስት ኢትዮጵያን በሙሉ በአንድ ቦታ አግኝቷት በአንድ ቀን ጎብኝቶ
ይሄዳል።
እንግዳ ለማስተናገድ ኮሚኒቲው በጣም ሬዲ ነው ያለውን ለማብላት አብሮ ለመኖር ገብቶ ኩሽና የሚቀቅሉ አሉ፣ ከገበሬው ጋር የሚያበስሉ አሉ።
ስለዚህ አኗኗራቸውን ያስኖራቸዋል። ደስ ብሏቸው
ይሄዳሉ እንደፈለጉ።
ግን አይጎዱም ኢኮኖሚካሊ? መክፈል የለባቸውም ቱሪስቶች?
እንትን አንደኛ ዋጋ አውጥተን አይደለም፣ ለዛ እያለማመድን ነው። አሁን ወደ ኮሚኒቲ ሎጅ ስንመጣ ሂሳብ ይወጣል። አሁን ግን ኤግዛክትሊ ዩ ሃቭ ቱ ፔይ ዲስ ማለት
ገና ፕራይስ አላወጣችሁለትም? ልምምድ ነው
እንግዳ ነው። በዛ የወንጪ እና ቱሪዝም በጣም ቤተሰብ
ዋቁማ አማርኛ ትችላለህ? ትንሽ እኔ ሌንሳ እባላለሁ። እኔ ደግሞ ኦሮምኛ አልችልም፣ አማርኛ ብቻ። ሌንሳ መኮንን። ዋይ ስንት ነው የምታስከፍለው እንደዚህ? የፈለግነውን እንዴ ያዋጣሃል? አልከፍልም ብልስ
ለይሁና
ይበቃ። እረፍት ታደርጋላችሁ?
እረፍት እናገኛለን። ሁልጊዜ ስለማይመጡ ሰዎች
በወር ስንት ብር ታገኛለህ?
በወር እንደመጡ ነው፣ እንደ እንግዳ እንደመጣ ቶሎ ከመጡ በወር ያው 600 800
በወር። እሺ coming out here was more about work, technicalities of where do we take who and what do we show them and all of that. But it was also very surreal for me. The best part of the trip for me at a personal level was chatting with the horseman, where I asked him, like, how much are you going to make me pay? I hope it's not expensive. He said, no. You don't even have to pay if you don't want to. You know, I can do this for free for you. So that's how much welcoming they are. And then that in its own gave me a sense of responsibility. We need to work for them. We need to make sure that they get, they just don't serve, but they also rip the benefit out of it. And they are economically empowered. And so it kind of feels like there is a personal responsibility in addition to just the official responsibility. There's so many things I wish for Ethiopia. The one thing I wish for Ethiopia is to live up to its fullest potential. Our human resource, our population, our humanity is the most beautiful thing we got. And I wish we can just realize that and make that as authentically beautiful as it is and just live with that. That's the one thing I wish. My Ethiopia is our beautiful landscape. My Ethiopia is our hopefulness, our aspiration. and our guts and our persistence.